Hey tankers, Bonsai Duck here. Today we have EL_01 from the WCTNT clan. He is in his KV-13. He is on El Halluf in a standard battle. He's also platooned with GA Johnny, who is also from the WCTNT clan, and he is in his KV-122. KV-13, medium Russian tank tier, what is that, tier 7? And it breaks off right after this one, and you can either stay with the mediums or go into the heavy. So it's kind of like a hybrid, right? But it's still a medium, and it's got the body of a LTTB, but it just doesn't have the speed and obviously the view range, and it's not a light tank, right? He's got a good hitting 85 millimeter gun with 180 alpha and 144 penetration on the AP and 194 on the APCR. EL sent this in, and I had to watch it a couple times because I watched it and recorded when I gave my analysis, and then I was preparing that, getting ready to put it up, and I didn't like it, so I brought it back to do it again because there's some things that I think I might have been a little too critical on, and then some things that I don't think I pointed out very well. So anyway, EL, we're going to go with this one. So you spawn down here in the south, and you seem to be heading up over here on the 1-2 line, which, I take my mediums over there too. The bad thing about the Russians is, their mediums don't have great gun depression, so you kind of have to stick yourself out to get some shots. But, with that type of penetration, there's really not a lot that on the other team that you can't hurt if you get the right angles on them. All right, you probably can't, get into the front of the T103 or the Cronin Yag Pazern 105. And maybe even the 53 TP. But if you can get to the sides of them, your gun is more than powerful enough to cause some damage. It's going to take a little bit because it's 85 millimeter. It's going to take a few shots. But anyway, let's start rolling here. So, like I said, I thought about my initial review, and so that's why I'm back here doing this. So you're heading off this way, which is fine. I don't have an issue with it. I tend to take my mediums this way also. Your Scorpion G is leading the pack. And you can see you have an EBR 75 FL10 out there and a P43 Tur. Type 62. This kind of... popping up over here and checking to see what's there is okay. But while you're doing this... Let's take a look at what's going on. All right, your Scorpion is coming up the hill. The EBR is raging over here, and he's just running around lighting up as much as he can right now. And your other heavies haven't quite caught up. Your setter isn't quite caught up, and you got a KV-3 back there. Your T-29's back here guarding this side along with the Cronin Yag Panzer 105, and your Link 6x is over here playing peekaboo with the Type 62. This is a very dangerous area here because if that Type 62 comes up far enough to light you, and not knowing what the camo rating is on the KV-13, you could receive some shots from way over here. All right, so I generally don't tend to play peekaboo over here. My main goal is to get over here and and do it that way, because this is where the battle's gonna open up. If you're worried about what's in here, then you should have gotten down in here, or maybe with the T-29. But GA Johnny comes with you, and at this point the EBR lights you guys up, and you start receiving some shots. So there's the P43, all right, and there's the Artie, all right. So your commander's been hurt. Johnny takes a shot from the Steyr WT, all right. Now, you just came out of that. I guess my question would be is why do you want to go back into it? I think instead of pulling up over here and taking a look, I would have pushed up and come down the way that the Suma and the KV-3 are coming in. Come around there and then come this way. That would have saved you probably the shot from the P43. The Artie might not have gotten to you. And by the time you came around that corner, that EBR may have headed off, all right? That you, I guess what I'm trying to emphasize here is you want to get to where that Scorpion's at as quickly as possible. You want to get any tanks that are passing through here. You've already missed the Cronin Yag Panzer, but that's a fairly fast TD. You get the T-29 over here in the EBR. So, getting up on that hill is something that should be a priority if you're going to come over here, because this is where the battle is. So you've missed a shot on the 103. There goes the Scorpion G. So now you're over here, and you're going to have to push up quite a ways to get your gun down on these guys. If you'd been pushed up, you might have been able to get a shot into that. All right, as it is, you can get a shot into the T-29. You get some good hit off of him. You got some spotting damage. All right, T-29 has now fallen down into this little lower level. All right, he is down below you right there, but you see he's busy shooting out of here trying to get that Link 6 by. I think I don't know. This is an option. You could either go down there and work on the T-29, which GA Johnny's going to eventually push down there, but then that does leave you open for the 53 TP. So it's kind of a judgment call. All right, GA pushes up. You being a medium, but not a real fast medium. All right, so here you're bleeding off HP. Out of 1120, you're down to 509. You've given up, to Artie, to the T-29, to the P-43, and by cutting across this way, like you did, you opened yourself up for the P-43, and if that 53 TP were to pop out, he could get you too. All right, so your better bet was either to drop down here with GA Johnny, or fall back with the Suma back here, and then come up this way, so that you can help the KV-3, which is what it looks like you're trying to do in the first place. You're not going to get into the front of that T-103. Miss a shot, snapshot on that Karnan, but you managed to bounce his shot, which is good for you, because 390 would have put some serious hurt on you. Alright, so now these two guys are behind the rock. Alright, these guys are moving in. GA is taking care of that T-29, but now he's in trouble with the 53 TP. And the Suma he's working on these guys. So now you got another choice to make. There goes the FCM. Alright. T-29 is down. KV-3 is working on the IS. You auto aim him, and you get a shot into him. But now GA Johnny's given up. He's been taken out because the 53 TP was able to get him. Now you guys are working on a 53 TP. And he's down. So at this point you got the Karnan Jagdpanzer, you got the T-103, and the FCM 50T. Okay. So you start heading down this way. My assumption is you're going after the Type 62. Get a shot into the Type 62. At that point, get out of there. If you've turned around to see what's going on behind you, obviously you're not worried about where he's at right now. So I think at that point I would have turned the tank around. Just shoving up against GA Johnny's corpse. Now Artie's able to hit you through that window. Alright, so he took some stun there. You guys lost... they got the T-103. So now the FCM is over there. All right. KV-3 is getting some stun put on by Artie. Now you make a good decision. You're going to go around and try and get him behind that FCM. Not that any of your decisions have been bad up to this point. It's just there's other choices I think I would have made. It's getting your gun into where it can do the most damage, right? Where it can be the most useful. Alright, so there's the FCM. You're into him. Alright. You got a tracking shot there. He's not really sure what he's shooting at, and you managed to take him out. Because of his indecision. I think he could have snapped a shot off into you. Okay, so you've cleaned up your flank, right? And rule that something I'd like you to try and work on, and what I was told by the guy who's been helping me is you can raise your win rate by a couple % if you just follow this rule. Once you win your flank, go and win the other flank. You know, go back to base, go back and support the other flank. Because right now everybody's over here. This is a shooting gallery to try and trudge your way up, and there's really nowhere to hide. And then you get caught behind rocks and or hills, and you can't make any moves. And then all of a sudden you're getting shots from the other side. So at this point, once you've won this flank, I think personally I would turn around and start heading back towards the base where I could be on the high ground shooting down at these guys, as opposed to being in open space. But you and the Link 6 decide you're going to push on. There's Artie again, give you a little stun. There's a P-43 Tur over there. He takes a chunk out of your Link 6 by. And now he has the advantage because you have to drive out. And all he's got to do is poke out and shoot you. Alright, so you're hugging up against these rocks, which is good. I mean, it's the best thing you can do at this point right now. T-43 is moving up back up the hill. Alright, so again, here's another decision. You can either keep going straight, which is going to open you up to this Steyr and possibly the P-43, or you could head down here and come up this way on the backside of this rock. Alright, we know the Type 62 is over here, last seen over here somewhere. Your KV-3 is going back. You got the Suma behind you. Alright, so what you want to try and do is cause a crossfire. Right? So I would have pulled to the right. I would have gone to the right, down that hill, maybe around those rocks. Would have taken the P-43 out of the mix. I wouldn't have to worry about him. And then all I would have to worry about is that Steyr. Alright, you stop, take a shot, you get a hit, he hits you back. Alright, at this point, he's probably reloading and you're reloading. I would have fallen back and maybe even looked for the bush, gotten back up against these rocks, let him pull out more, because you got the Suma right behind you, and he can put some hurt down on him. Or you duck down low, make a sharp left and duck down low and get over here. But as it sits, you're kind of sticking out there. Alright, so you do back up. Steyr takes a shot at the Suma. Alright, so now you're in a sticky situation, because this is what happens on this area. All it takes is a couple guys up here in this area right here to hold up this whole push right here. Alright. The Link 6 by is behind you guys. The KV-3 is over there helping the Artie. But the Steyr and the P-43 have got you guys stopped. And somewhere back over here is an Artie. Alright, we know that because that's generally where Artie goes. So they've got you stopped. I mean, you're going to spend a lot of time here trying to get a shot on that Steyr or the P-43. And at that point, you're just wasting shots, wasting time. Steyr, all he's got to do is pop out and take a shot. There you go. Now you're able to get a shot into him. That's good. P-43 pops out, and then the Suma's able to get a hit into him. But the Suma figures it out, and he's like, "No, this isn't working. We're getting held up." All right, so you got some spotting damage on this Steyr. All right, so you're moving over here. Again, it's a decision, not a bad decision. You're making yourself already safe right now. But you're still wondering if that Steyr's there. Well, you've lost contact with him. He's lost contact with you. So, you may still be spied because of the P-43, but you can't spot him anymore. So now what's your choice? Well, you kind of push out. I think a better option, again, would have been either to go back around this way and up through the crack between the two of them, and noticing where the Suma is heading. All right, your Link 6 by is over here. There's obviously strength in numbers, right? So I probably would have stuck with the 6 by, or I might have gone ahead and pushed on with the Suma. All right, but you're gonna sit here. You're down to 310 hit points. And giving up those early hit points is costing you right now, because this is late game, and in late game, all the hit points you gave up at the beginning are what's going to cost you at the end, and they are what determines whether you're going to make it through to the end or you're going to end up getting killed. because the P-43 is down on hit points, the Steyer's down on hit points, the Suma's about 75%, the Link 6x, he's down on hit points, so you're all down on hit points right now. Yours were given up because of some, basically some bad maneuvering, bad positioning. So the Link 6x pulls out, now you're all by yourself. So now you have to either wait for those guys to get up that hill, all right, and then they can light some stuff up, which will allow you and maybe draw attention, which could allow you to come in from behind. Problem is we don't know where that P-43 is at. And we don't need him popping in behind us. All right, so the Link 6x gets up high, and he's able to light up the P-43 along with the Suma. All right, the Type 62 is taking on the KV-3. The Steyr is obviously gone because he's not lit up. Now you fall back to help get this Type 62, which isn't a bad idea. Problem is you didn't get good aimed in. You didn't let that bloom settle in. And by the time you do, he goes dark, and you just fire a blind shot. Now there's the Crusader. You want to stay already safe there. All right, but now we've lost the P-43 again. There's the Steyr WT, and he's behind the hill. The Suma is now headed downhill. I don't know what the Suma's doing, to be honest with you. So now you're going to take on the P-43. All right. So now you're taking on the P-43. All right. At this point, I think it might have been worthwhile to load the gold, because you need the penetration is what you do. All right. The bounce he hits for 243 takes you down to 67 hit points. All right. You ricochet off of him. All right. So you start backing up, whereas you might have been better off going around the corner. Going around the corner and at least getting loaded and getting your tank turned around as opposed to backing into him. All right, and he takes you down. All right, so he hit you for what? P-43 got you for 243 and 67. All right, whereas had you not been hit by that T-29, you would have saved 224. And had they already not gotten you, you would have gotten 113. So you'd still have the hit points. Not to mention what the original P-43 shot was on you. You would still have the hit points to battle with him. Whereas he is a one shot. He's one shot for you. I'm just saying, you see, and giving up the early hit points because you came around this way to get up here instead of coming down through this way. Giving those hit points away right there. That's what cost you the game. That's what cost you this battle right here. I don't know how your team did. I guess you can tell us in the comments if you guys ended up winning or not, because you backed out of the battle here. So I don't know how the battle ended, but it was good play. You made some really good decisions. There were some decisions I would disagree with, but that's just a difference in the way that you and I play. But the giving up of the early hit points is what cost you. So making bad positional changes is what cost you the game. At least what cost you your tank and possibly the game. So anyway, that is EL_01 from the WC TNT clan and his KV-13 on El Halluf in a standard battle. If you like the video, hit the like button. Keep those videos coming. I greatly appreciate the support. This is Bonsai Duck out.